What is up, fellow nerds, and welcome to Not Your Status Quo. Today, we will be going over Disney Plus Day 2021.
So, let's talk about what they announced for today. There wasn't a whole lot in the way of Star Wars material, but we did get a lot of Marvel material. But before we dive into that, I'm feeling a thirst come over.
I'm a little parched.
Yeah. What is this? It looks like we've got something here from our wonderful sponsors at Sprite.
Lemon lime deliciousness.
Absolutely delicious.
Absolutely.
So, let's talk some Marvel stuff. First on our roster, we've got Spider-Man Freshman Year. Thoughts?
Something that's definitely a children's cartoon that I will find it hard to find a plot in.
Is it freshman of high school or freshman in college? The rumor is that after Spider-Man No Way Home, they're going to move to a new Spider-Man trilogy in college. Is this somehow going to kind of lead into that? Or is this, like Dave said, a kiddie show? He's a freshman in high school and it's him getting his powers. He's probably right.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that he was probably right too. The only thing that I was thinking that it could be similar to is there's a comic book series, I think in 2019, called Spidey. That was like the title, and then I believe there was a run within that called Freshman Year. And I thought maybe it had something to do with that, but then again, it could also be like Ultimate Spider-Man, the animated series, which had absolutely nothing to do with its comic book. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. We don't really have a whole lot of info to go on. I'm usually excited for Spider-Man cartoons, but if it's, more aimed towards kids, it'll probably be a skip for me. Next, we've got SheHulk, and we actually did get something for this.
Oh, yeah, and Tatiana Maslany looks great in that role. She's a great actress. She's really going to pull it off.
Yeah, with all that she did in Orphan Black, I think really showed her acting chops. Great choice for Jennifer Walters. Going to be even a better She-Hulk. We don't get much footage. We kind of see the Hulk a little bit. We know that the Abomination is showing up. We've heard rumors that World War Hulk is coming. Is this going to lead into that somehow? We've also heard rumors that Charlie Cox is coming back as Daredevil in this series. We will see. We got a tiny bit of footage. What they showed looked great. Definitely looking forward to this.
I agree. And the other rumor that's going around is when this actually takes place. If you do look at the little bit of footage, it does show Hulk without any sort of scarring or burns from the Infinity Gauntlet. His arm is not in a sling. And if you recall, when we saw him last, at least, your fellow nerds here, we saw him turned back into Bruce Banner at the end of Shang-Chi. So we have to wonder, does this take place before Endgame, during the blip? Next, we have Secret Invasion, and this is one that Keith has been talking about for quite some time. What do you guys think is going to actually happen in the MCM version of Secret Invasion?
Well, I think what we've been saying all along, Keith convinced me of this earlier, when there's a pocket of Skrull that come down to Earth and infiltrate, and they're not the nice ones. They're not our friends. And I like the Sam Jackson look with the beard.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
See, I saw that, and you know what my first thought was? And it's probably wrong. Like, the Skrulls that we think are our friends are not our friends. Like, Nick Fury did not say it was okay to pose as him. And he somehow gets escapes, has got that beard, and he's coming back for vengeance. Or he's putting a team together to help root out all of the Skrulls. Like Sharon Carter, who's definitely a Skrull. Doug McClane, definitely a Skrull. So,
and Mephisto will be there too.
Absolutely.
He's got to root out all of these Skrulls and Mephisto.
So I'm a little bit closer in line with what Dave said. I think it is either going to be some evil Skrulls that are invading Earth that have not been there since the 90s, like the ones that we're used to. And I think it's probably going to be a Skrull-on-Skrull fight. Either that, or this could be in the same vein as a lot of other MCM twists, where it turns out it's not going to be about Skrulls invading Earth, because that's what we're used to in the comics. They could throw a wrench in our gears, totally make it a twist, and it could be the return of the Kree.
And remember,
Maybe they're invading.
in Spider-Man Far From Home, they do talk about Kree sleeper cells. So they've laid that seed. That could be the twist.
Keep in mind, we saw there are Kree that look identical to humans out there, so they could invade without anyone even knowing. Next, we have Miss Marvel, and once again, we did get a little clip concerning Miss Marvel, and to me, it looked pretty good. What do you guys think?
To me, it looked a little bit Shazam-y. With the kid, and then you got the kid friend that goes with him and encourages him to do it. I probably won't be able to get into a series like that, but if they're setting up for the future, it's a good start.
This did get pushed back. This was originally supposed to come out this year, and they've kind of pushed it back to summer 2022, probably to align closer to the Marvels, maybe Secret Invasion. I do like in the clip where she's like wearing, in the comics, she's a huge Captain Marvel fan, and that's why she kind of takes the moniker of Miss Marvel, because that was Carol Danvers' old sort of code name. Mm-hmm. And I love that we see her in the Captain Marvel suit with the helmet and everything else.
Yeah.
That reminded me of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse when Miles Morales buys the Spider-Man outfit, right. Like the Halloween costume, and he wears it around. That's what kind of reminded me of. I'm looking forward to this. I love the Miss Marvel comics. I think Kamala Khan is a great character. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I was also a pretty big fan of the comics, so I'm kind of looking forward to it from that aspect as well. Let's just hope that it, lives up to it. And next, we have Moon Knight. And once again, we got a clip with Moon Knight, and this looks like it's got a little bit of kind of thriller elements into it. So, from what I know, I don't know too much about Moon Knight, other than, a few comics that I've read here and there, but he always seemed almost not Daredevil, almost Deadpool-ish. In the few comics that I read, and I don't know if that was just because that was how the writer portrayed him, as being kind of crazy and talking to himself, or what the deal was with that. So I don't know if that's what they're going to go for in this show, but it kind of looked like he was almost being possessed by something, at least in this clip that we saw.
Well, and if you're reading that in a Deadpool comic, none of the superheroes are normal in Deadpool comics. It's from his perspective. But at the same time, I was watching it and I thought, Oscar Isaac is going to do a series? That's pretty amazing to me. He's a good actor. They don't usually lower themselves to series, but I guess Tom Hiddleston would be different for me because he had already played Loki. This is a way to introduce a character, you'd think. But anyway, it looks like it could be just as thrilling and as exciting as a movie.
Yeah, and Doug, you're kind of right. Mark Spector, who is Moon Knight in the comic, is schizophrenic.
Okay.
And he also talks to the moon god, I'm going to screw this up, Khonshu.
That's what I thought. Okay.
And he's referred to, yes, the Fist of Khonshu. And I think, man, I always had that worry in the back of my head. Are they going to really capture the spirit of this? It's dark. It's brutal. And I think they've captured all of this.
This looked like that.
Oscar Isaac was a great choice. I think he has the chops to pull it off. We know Ethan Hawke is going to be in this as the villain. Rumors are swirling that's going to be Dracula. I mean, this has the makings of being the best Disney Plus show out there. And I guess, we'll have to wait till it comes out, but right now, this is what I am most hyped for that we saw today.
So, any chance that this is then going to tie into future viewings of The Black Knight?
Absolutely. And Blade.
Next, we have Marvel Zombies. Real quick, my thoughts. Hot Topic will be happy.
Oh, you're looking for my thoughts?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really am not. I don't care either way. I'm so ambiguous. Is that what that means? I'm so ambiguous to this whole thing. I don't care. Ambivalent.
There you go.
Bunch of A words running around here right now.
We are a bunch of A words.
I wouldn't say I'm looking forward to this, but I did enjoy the Marvel Zombies episode of What If. And I think if done right, this could be very interesting. It could, play into the Marvel Cinematic Multiverse, and it could have ramifications in, the sacred timeline and everything else going on. But once again, we've seen no artwork. We don't know what the style is going to be. So a lot we need to know about this, but hopefully it's done right and it kind of ties in, like What If is and some of the other things.
Next on the list is Ironheart. I got nothing on this one other than I know a little bit from I think like Avengers animation that I saw a while ago, and that's it.
Well, I mean, someone's got to take over for Tony Stark. and they gotta have the brains to do it. I mean, Shuri could do it probably, but it's nice to bring in a new character. And you're gonna hear all that crap about woke people but just shut up. It's been this way for how many years now? Just leave it alone and let it be. This is the kind of thing that they've been looking for. You've created a superhero, that is diverse. They don't have to change it from something else, So, I don't know. Beyond that, into the plot, I don't know what to expect.
Well, and Riri Williams, who is Ironheart, is going to be in Wakanda forever. So we're going to see her before this series comes out. And she was a genius level intellect who built her own armor, who actually worked with Tony Stark AI after he was killed in the comics before he came back. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot going on for her. She's an interesting character. She's not Tony Stark Jr. Right. She has her own personality, and I'm looking forward to it. Not only because she's an interesting character, but she is part of the Champions / sort of Young Avengers. So she could be another cog in us moving towards a Young Avengers, either Disney Plus series, movie, or whatever. So definitely fired up for this.
So far, we haven't seen any sort of pictures or video or anything of this?
Nothing.
All right. Well, then we'll have to kind of keep our eyes peeled, and we'll let you guys know as soon as we see something, too. But that brings us to the next one on our list. I am Groot. And again,
How
this is...
dare you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I need to brush up on my Groot.
Tone it back, man. They don't let us do that on YouTube anymore, man.
I haven't studied Groot since high school.
Whoa.
So, it's been a while. I gotta load up my my language software and
I am
take
Groot.
a few
Please
classes.
do. We apologize for that.
I am Groot.
So again, this is another one where we don't have too much to go off of. We've seen the graphic, and in the logo we're seeing baby Groot, not the teenage Groot that we got used to from Avengers Endgame. So I don't know. I'm not sure what exactly this is supposed to be. I don't know if this is going to be aimed towards kids. I don't know if this is just like some goofy, unrelated romp. I don't know. Again, this is another one we don't really have a whole lot to work with here.
Yeah, to me, just from looking at that, it's just a goofy kid story.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching it with my son.
Moving on, we have Echo.
I loved this game, Echo the Dolphin, back in my Sega Genesis.
Wait, is that not what this is about?
This isn't Echo the Dolphin?
Oh.
No.
That was also, yes, that was... You know what? Let's just talk about Echo the Dolphin. No? Oh, we're losing views? We've got downvotes?
I know more about Echo the Dolphin.
Well, let's not go in focus, but Echo is basically the adopted daughter of the Kingpin, who was working with him until she turns against him. She is going to be in the Hawkeye series, and for whatever reason, Marvel Studios loved the actress so much, they gave her own series. So I do think, even though we know nothing about it as of yet, the rumor is that, Vincent D'Onofrio is showing up in Hawkeye as the Kingpin along with her. So I can only assume this is going to deal with the Kingpin and Echo's relationships. And I hope that is the case because that comic was amazing, and I would love to see that in the MCU.
Well, if that's the case, if you are correct that they are definitely bringing back Vincent D'Onofrio, then yeah, I'd be all for it too because at this point, he's basically who I see as Kingpin.
And you can't unsee it.
Yeah.
He was born to play the role.
Next on our list, we have Agatha, House of Harkness. Yeah, this is going to happen, I guess.
Harkness, not darkness.
Yeah.
Exciting, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know where they would go with this series. Are they just going to develop her in the background and then one day when they need her, they're just going to come grab her out of that universe? Because she's still in Wanda Town. What was the town?
I mean, we don't know when this is going to take place. If
That's
this
true.
is following up after WandaVision, she was a prisoner in her own mind because Wanda is a psychopath and definitely the bad guy of that series.
Mm-hmm.
But if
You're
this
right.
is
Maybe
like,
it's an origin story. Maybe it's her back in 1797?
Or
Is that
maybe
the year?
this will be, 1984. I feel like something else took place then.
No.
Huh?
Nothing. The Tigers won the World Series.
Oh, okay. All right.
That was about it. Yeah.
This could be after WandaVision. She's powerful enough. Someone may come free her. Maybe Doctor Strange is going to come and be like, yeah, Wanda's a villain, you're not great, but what she did to you is wrong, and free her. And this may be her building back to power. She knows the Darkhold is out there.
Mm-hmm.
She probably understands that the multiverse is kind of all coming together, and she's going to have a grab for power. And whatever it is that she does, it'll be interesting to see where they go with this. This is either going to be something that's kind of dark and campy, which they could do really well, and it's going to be great, or they're going to do, a total mistake here and just kind of, have her singing the whole time or something, which...
That's, at the moment I'm kind of leaning towards, I have a feeling this is going to be a mistake. This is my Han Solo. I have a bad feeling about this moment. I don't know. I don't see this really, I don't know. This is just my initial thoughts. Again, we don't have anything to really go off of. We don't know when this is going to take place. We don't know the style. We only have the logo, but...
sometimes it's the stories that you don't expect that
Yeah,
turn out
that's
to be
true.
pretty good.
Yeah,
You never know.
That's very true. So,
But if they're just going off of what they did, I don't think they have much to work with.
next up on our list, we have Armor Wars, and this is another one that we were actually talking about a while back when we were discussing what we thought was next for a couple of our Falcon and the Winter Soldier episodes. We were pretty sure that Armor Wars was going to be taking place, or at least set up during that. But now we get news that it's actually going to get its own thing.
Well, we knew it was getting its own thing. We've known that Armor Wars was coming, and I still think that Sharon Carter, the Skrull, is going to be selling Stark tech that she now has access to now that she's part of the government. And that is going to lead into Armor Wars, and it's also going to be a part of Secret Invasion. So that one scene, that one post-credit scene with Sharon Carter is going to lead into two Disney Plus series, Secret Wars and Armor Wars. And you heard it here first, and remember, these guys are going to be apologizing profusely and buying all of the Sprite, not that we buy it because it's supplied because they sponsor us, for me for years to come because I'm so right.
Okay.
I don't remember objecting to anything. Why would it?
Just buy me the Sprite. Stop it, Dave.
Here's what is probably actually the case. I do not think Sharon Carter is a Skrull. I think she's just pissed.
I think we have that documented somewhere that you don't think she's a Skrull.
Yes, we do have a document.
Well, he's trying to hide his own.
That's right.
But yeah, I just think, and this goes back to, again, what we were discussing in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I just think she's pissed off. I think that, she got treated poorly after everything that went down in Civil War, and she's doing pretty well for herself, selling government secrets and technology and living the high life in Madripoor. But, I don't think she's a Skrull. I just think she's a former agent that didn't know what to do, made her own way, and now she's just a bad guy, I guess. And also, I chalk it up to writers. That's the other thing. You got different writers on board, you get different style characters. And again, my prime example is look at Thor.
He's changed?
Yeah. Just a little.
I'll have to go back and watch this.
In what way?
No, seriously, if you take a
No,
look
I know.
Oh, I was like, I thought you... I'm like,
Taika
are you guys being-
Waititi's version
Yeah.
kind of brought out a lot more humor in it, and it was definitely a good change of pace for the Thor movies.
And last but not least, we have the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special.
No!
So, okay. My thoughts. I assume that this is probably going to be bad, but on purpose. My guess is this is going to be very similar to the Star Wars Holiday Special. It's probably going to be campy. There's probably going to be terrible set dressing, and it's going to be purposely, not good. But again, that's acceptable if they're doing it on purpose. But that's just my initial thought.
They should and film it in front of a studio audience.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what they're going to probably do. Something like they'll have just a cutout of the ship and a bunch of blinking lights and whatever. Nothing is going to be CG.
That would be excellent.
The one thing that has got me excited for this, James Gunn has said this is going to introduce the greatest character in Marvel Comics. So Simon Williams, Wonder Man, will be joining the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. No, but leave it in the comments below. Who do you guys think he's talking to? I think it's interesting. We already got Pip the Troll, we got Star Fox, we got the Black Knight. I mean, so many to choose from. Who is James Gunn referring to here? Is it Adam Warlock? Is he going to show up in this before Guardians Volume 3? I don't think so. But we will find out. And now we're getting to the part of Disney Plus Day 2021 where we talk about what Star Wars revealed.
That was our thoughts on Disney Plus Day 2021. But what do you think? What do you guys think about what we said and some of the things that we discussed? Leave it down in the comments below. Make sure that you add us on Twitter, and we will see you next time right here on Not Your Status Quo.